How are you, Scott?
Hey, Michael. All good.
Good stuff. Maybe just tell me a little bit about the review of the match, how that went, and what was your main takeaways, with a couple of days to look at it and take it in.
I'll tell you what, the review, actually, I think we said straight after the game, the strength of the environment these days is we're creating a group that are very honest and want to walk towards pressure. So we took a day, we came back in. We've picked over areas of the game, reflected on the good stuff as well. It's very, very easy to forget when you get games like that, that you don't produce a winning performance, but we put ourselves in a position to create a winning performance. So, look, there's bits of the game that definitely required fixing, and the process is underway with that. I've been very, very impressed with the girls' honesty and application in terms of how to go after that. The bit of joining up, like the confidence of performance, I think is probably the thing. So, look, we've been realistic. We've addressed what we needed to, but we're very confident we can put it right very quickly.
Very good. I know it was a lot made of the handling errors, in total 39 between yourselves and Italy, but I was looking at the men's match. There was 35 handling errors in that game, so probably a bit much more made of that than although it was perfect conditions to handle the ball. Is that something that you addressed by extra skill sessions over the next couple of weeks, or did you think that was more of a mental issue that there was so many handling errors?
I'll be honest. I think it's probably more. So it's relative to what scenarios you're against. So it doesn't surprise me that you get guys going with as many handling errors. It's relative to the pressure that you're under, attack versus defence, or defence versus attack. So the next bit is with us and our group, a very young group still, remember. It's about getting used to being in that sort of pressure. So do we do extra handling? Of course we do. We've been doing that for a good while. Do we do extra skills around set piece breakdown? Of course we do, because it's an important fundamental part of the game. So what we're doing, we're layering experiences. So through our training, through being used to high pressure within our training environment, and the match is a part of our development as well, remember. So as we go through these experiences, a young group will only get better and better at it. So it's something we're going after. It's something we know where we've got to get towards, and we just got to be consistent and keep going after it.
Just from your time with the Red Roses, it's obviously a very high level performance unit. Can you remember a time when the coach, yourself or the other coaches, had to get the hairdryer out and had to just lay some home truths down? And are you at that point with your team yet, when you see some errors that are just not acceptable at any level?
So we were going into a Six Nations a good few years ago, and we were watching at the end of the pitch, and the session hadn't gone particularly well. And actually, there were handling errors around different areas. So, and we sort of looked at it and go, crikey, how's this going to go? Now that group went on and won a Grand Slam. So it's all relative. The baby is not out the bathwater here. We're very confident in how we'll put it right, the process towards putting it right. So if people want to make a thing of it, that's fine. If you look at New Zealand men, some of their handling isn't always the neatest, the tidiest, but it seems to be more adaptable under different kinds of pressure. So we know that we've got to put ourselves in a few positions that can allow ourselves to tolerate that pressure, and then we'll deliver.
Just the last one from me, a couple of prominent ex-Ireland internationals, Lindsay Peast, Fiona Coughlin, just talking about the lack of leadership that they saw from the sideline when they were looking on, moments in the game where they think maybe more experience would be useful. I mean, again, is that just you have to wait for that to come through game time, or is there something you can address in training about those scenarios?
Always interesting what people on the sideline say, lack of leadership on the pitch when they're outside of the circle. We've got some unbelievable leaders in our group. And look, the game looks different now to what it used to. So, we have strategy groups, we have co-captains. They are unbelievable leaders. So, how quickly these girls are developing. So they're already at a level that I think is way beyond their years. They're gonna keep developing experiences, but as a group, we absolutely buy into them, and I wouldn't want any other people in those groups.
Thanks, Scott. Cheers.
You're welcome.
Matt, I see your hand up. Do you want to hop in there?
Yeah. Hi, Scott. How's it going?
Hey, Matt.
From BBC. Yeah, not too bad. Scott, just quickly, are there any fresh injury concerns or squad concerns just ahead of next week's game?
No, I mean obviously the Lauren picked up a bit of a bang, like we reported straight after the game. She was up on her feet and back in the change room after, but she just may take a couple more days. Other than that, we're 2 games in and 2 hard games. Over a month of preparation. Actually, we're in pretty good health as a group.
Yeah. I know you were speaking about the handling errors there, and obviously the leadership and sort of within the squad. Have you seen enough positives in the first 2 performances that it feels like that sort of long-awaited win is right around the corner, and you have sort of building confidence about that week on week?
Absolutely. So we'll talk about confident performance. We won't ever shy away. We talk about winning. We're really comfortable with that. In terms of the performance that going away to France, it's always going to be a tough start. But actually, we saw some, as the media framed it, we saw some green shoots. So we saw some emergence of character, resilience, togetherness. And as we got to Italy, look, we produced a performance that ordinarily would probably have produced a win. Now we didn't manage to get over the line in that, but we'll keep going after the confidence. We'll keep going after the stuff we did well, and we're pretty certain that those wins aren't too far away.